There are only weeks, believe it or not, left until the kids head back to school. Now, while your kids, might not want to start thinking about heading back to school, I know mine certainly don't. Now is the time really to get prepared. Could save you some money also in the long run. Joining me now is our favorite bargain hunter, Aisha Denson with Sensible Shoppers. Good morning to you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me back.
I cannot believe we are already talking about this, yet I was just at the store the other day and picked up, they had, thankfully, a list of my kids' schools, the supplies, because I haven't even thought about supplies, let alone clothes.
I know, summer goes so fast, but it is here. It is here. It's time to go back to school.
Okay, so let's talk about, because we want to save people money. I mean, that's the reason that we're doing this segment.
Yes.
So let's start with trying to figure out what they're going to wear. You really need to take kind of an inventory of what's in their closet now so you know what you need to buy.
Absolutely. So the first tip I'm going to give you is to take stock. Take inventory of what there's already in the closet. You're going to pull out any clothes that are too small. You're going to pull out any last year's school supplies so you know exactly what you need before you start shopping.
Yeah, so you don't buy something that you already have. And the other thing also to keep in mind is that I've noticed already as I was going through kind of the clothing stores, there are already long pants and sweaters and things. So now's the time to go shopping because, our kids are hot until at least December. So you can buy those things, that summer clothes that are on sale now before you can't get them anymore in about a month.
Right, and because that we have warm weather for so long, I think we don't get cool until October.
Yes.
One of the things is a lot of people are putting their summer things up to 70% or more off right now, so you can really cash in on all those summer savings.
So the kids, particularly maybe the preteens and the teenagers, they want this, they want that, they want all new things. You really need to set a budget for them.
Absolutely. And so my second tip is set a budget. And then one of the ways you're going to do that is you're going to do two things. I want you to either pay with cash or I want you to download money to a preloadable Visa card. So you can really set a budget for each child and you try to keep yourself within that budget. And another thing is I want you to make the shopping fun for the kids. This is a great time to include your kids that really understand a little bit about money now. Yep. And we can get them involved. You can give them maybe a little, say, an Office Depot card, a little $5 card, and you can explain to them the sales that are going on. One of the things that I did was I used to do a competition with my children. So, okay, so you have this list, and these are the supplies that you have to get, and I would explain how the sales work, and whoever did the best in getting the most supplies, they would get, like, say, a splurge item. One of the splurge items that they might want that might have been within a certain dollar amount.
That's a great idea because our kids tend to, I want this and grab it off, and they don't compare price shop it.
Exactly.
Which is an important thing to teach them now before they get grown up and they're spending their own money unwisely.
Absolutely.
All right, so you should plan to buy school supplies, your suggestion then, for the entire year?
For the entire year, because what happens is the sales go from about the mid-July to mid-August.
Now's the time.
Yes, and after mid-August, everything goes a whole lot higher. See, right now we're in, the office stores are doing the penny items. So some of the items that you see on the table this week are at Office Depot. So I got these items, you spend $5, and then you get all these items for a penny. And not only that, but this Office Depot, the multi-purpose paper, was $6, but you get a $5 reward. So it's like paying $1, and then you get all of these items for a penny a piece, a limit of 3.
Oh, that's fantastic, because this is on the list. I know on my daughter's list of things she needs, reams of paper and glue sticks and erasers and things.
Absolutely.
Now, you also, I mean, we've talked to you before about couponing. It's amazing how much money you save in couponing. There are some apps that we're going to post on our website later this morning where you can go for the couponing and the money-saving website, so that's important. I want to move on, though, to college students. Is this a good time to get deals now before kids go off to college, or is it too late and they need to wait?
No, absolutely now is the time, especially because when you're going to save on technology and textbooks, you'd be surprised some of the retailers that offer discounts just for being a college student, just for having that college email address. Like Best Buy and Amazon and even Sam's Club. You get a discount at Sam's Club. You sure do.
And now we're going to post that information also on our website. We want to remind everybody about tax-free holiday. It's coming up.
It's coming up. Actually, it's August 5th through August 7th. Okay. It's a little different this year. It went from 10 days to 3. Yep. And it used to be, now it's only $60. Items $60 and less is tax-free, and computers are not included this year.
Oh, which is a bummer.
I know.
We'll have to look for those sales and the suggestions that you have, which we'll post again on newsforjax.com. Thank you very much for being here. We do appreciate it. Bruce?
All right, Jen, thank you. We've been telling you about that breaking news alert in Springfield. A person has been shot, aggravated battery on the scene. Sergeant Stacy joins us from North Main Street to explain what happened. Sergeant.
Sergeant Bellevue, tell us what happened.
At 6:30 this morning, we had an individual that was shot in the upper chest on 21st and Main Street. He was able to flee from the suspect where he collapsed at 19th and Main Street. And the citizen that owns the Burgers and Barbecue behind me stayed with him until police and rescue arrived. The victim was transported to UF Health, where he is in critical condition.
Do you know who shot him?
Not at this time, I do not.
So the person y'all are looking for the person who shot him?
Yes, actively.
Okay. Anything else you can tell me about the gas station down there at a couple blocks down?
No, the gas station's only involvement is that they were in the proximity of where the victim fled from.
Okay. And do we know where he was shot? The victim was shot?
Just in the upper chest.
All right. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right, so to recap, what we know is that a person was shot in the chest, taken to UF Health in critical condition right now, and JSO actively searching for the man who pulled the trigger. We'll be right back.
640. Hey, let's get you into your forecast. The beams making the sweep, and coming up right now, dry. We had a few spotty showers, even some thunderstorms as they made their way to the beaches. Just faded away out into the ether there. Meanwhile, in the Gulf of Mexico, these were also thunderstorms a little further to the south. They've since turned into downpours. All right, out to the beach. Taking you back here where we had a gorgeous sunrise. The clouds are out. Remember, we got that onshore flow. Right now, still reporting offshore winds. When these turn with that easterly component, we'll start to see these approach not only the sandy shores, but moving inland. The collection of where we see, at least in the model data, the best chance for some of the showers and storms would be along I-75. There we go. Look at that. It's 8:24, and we've already got 81 degrees. Visibility, oh, that's good. Everybody's up to 10 here. And let's check inside of Baldwin, the Beltway beaches. There you go. 10s all the way across, starting our Friday Eve on a warm note in the 80s already. Waycross, Brunswick, I showed you Jack, St. Augustine. All of these temperatures, as a matter of fact, with the exception of Valdosta, should go up a degree or so. It feels like 85, 89, 81, 87. Yep, it started. There's 76, feels like 76. 78 is usually the break point to take the digits up. So humid conditions, just out and out muggy, clear, mainly clear skies. Inland, isolated thunderstorms. These are going to pop up along that 75 corridor. And the reason that we're not talking much here about the 95 corridor, I mean, yes, we have the 20% chance, but it's the high pressure, that dome, not only bringing in the heat, but it's also helping to suppress some of that thunderstorm activity. So we did this before. Let's take it through the models. And the first thing you see, where the other models left Jacksonville at 0 the whole way, it brings in some of that coastal county chance. As a matter of fact, it pushed it into closer to about 11 o'clock. All right, about a half-inch offering. Sea breeze front continues to move inland. And where all of the models were concentrating the energy right here near Lake City, nope, not anymore. It's since pushed off into that 75 corridor. Here's what's going to happen. They're going to come through first spotty. They're going to start to slow down, collect. This is where we could see the spine of the state into I-75, some of the strongest and most active portions inside of our viewing circle, and that's both north and south of the Florida-Georgia border. Let's take you through Friday. Here's that little impulse, by the way, that rotates. We were watching that yesterday out of the Appalachians. There's 8 to 9. We're up to the lunch hour. Showers are pushing through. The green continues to grow. Our half-inch stays just that. Gainesville moves up, Waycross, and then by early Saturday, we're getting ready to do the weekend, and yes, it does include that chance for some showers. Mid-90s, isolated storms. Primary wind for today onshore out of the east. Daytime highs in the mid-90s. That comes in right here, 4 and 5 o'clock between that 3 and 6 time slot. We'll continue with above normal temperatures. Saturday, Sunday, limited in the convection. Same idea here. So we still have that south and southeasterly flow. Monday's forecast, we start to change things up as the high pressure moves off. We'll see a return to our normal summertime forecast, lower 90s, and a better chance for those daily showers and storms by midweek next week. Bruce and Jen, back to you.
Thank you, Rich. A Jacksonville Circuit judge is being investigated over allegations that he made racist and sexist comments.
How he's defending himself ahead. A new red light camera video sheds some light on what happened to a Jags player before he drove into a retention pond.
There's his car going the wrong way. We're going to talk more about this coming up next.
Next, remember, you're watching Channel 4, the local station. Live with Jennifer Waugh, Bruce Hamilton,
Melanie Lawson, Nikki Kimbleton, Stacy Spanos, Time Saver Traffic with Crystal Moyer, and the Weather Authority forecast with Richard Nunn. The morning show continues.
It is 8:31. Traffic has been an issue this morning. Going to check in with Crystal.
Crystal, how's it looking this morning?
Not good, Jen and Bruce. Take a look at the DOT camera right now. This is a live look at the Buckman Bridge southbound where two right lanes are blocked due to a crash involving injuries. You can see JSO on the scene as well as some troopers. It appears that several vehicles are involved. An ambulance and rescue crews are on the scene right now. So trying to figure out what's going on there, but it will slow you down a bit this morning as 2 lanes are blocked. So you only have 2 lanes southbound to travel through. The average speed 13 miles per hour. So just to get across the Buckman, about 17 minutes. You're going to want to allow plenty of time this morning, folks. That was your Keith Pearson Toyota Time Saver Traffic.
Been a busy morning, certainly on the roadways this morning. Now an update to the breaking news that we have been following all morning coming from the west side.
Fire marshal just arrived on the scene of that house fire. Look at the flames literally leaping through the roof at that home on Chimney Lakes, in the Chimney Lakes neighborhood. JFRD has wrapped up its operation, so now they're looking for a cause. Nobody inside at the time. Apparently the people were elsewhere. We'll have a live report and an update on the investigation in the next hour. New red light camera video just released captures the moments before Jaguars running back Denard Robinson drove into a nearby